Hello and welcome to another episode. Not episode, but I want to talk about the fact that you can actually teach languages without being a teacher. Yes. All right, so four things. Going straight into it, because the one thing that I learned is what is teaching really, right? So first of all, what is this all about? Like, what is why be a teacher in the first place? Why do all these things? Why educate the world? Is it really about information? Is it about guiding? Is it about all that stuff, right? So one of the things is you want to be a catalyst for real change. And what I mean by that is if you look at the way people communicate today, still today, many people still communicate, well, unconsciously. What I mean by that too is we tend to point fingers, or we're always angry and we don't know how to say things, we don't know how to articulate those things. I think it goes down back to basics, how we actually want to express ourselves. This is more than just language itself. It's about, communication. Okay? And so why do we do this? Well, have you ever asked yourself, do you want to like contribute? Do you want change in the world, or do you want to just sit on your bed all day and do nothing and just take, right? Because from my experience, I've come to realize that through appreciating what I've had and believing that, yes, it sounds a lot like the law of attraction, but it is. It's all connected. Children are good at languages, right? Why? Because they have this belief. They know that they have a lot. It's sort of an innate sort of thing. It's inside that, hey, I have lots. There's lots and lots. There's always opportunity. It's always this belief, right? And call it whatever we want to, it's there. And from my experience, I remember teaching, and I thought I just wanted to teach because I thought, oh, this is my skill. This is my contribution. I thought it was contribution. This was my thing. I was making it all about me rather than about us, right? Because we're all in this together. So I wanted to make a change. I noticed that I was like, oh, wait a second, what is going on? Why am I not getting results? I want not really results. It's not about the outcome. Why am I not getting people to, really understand that even myself, why is it that I can't, let's say, gain fluency, for example? I just remembered things, but I didn't have fluency. I didn't have confidence. It came down to pretty much simplifying it. So I had to simplify the way I was teaching, my perspective about myself, how I was doing things, the mindset I had, all those things. So, so going into all this stuff, I wanted to share the first thing that's really important is to actually have this sort of mindset, what I call mindset, but also a feel set and a being set. Sounds funny, right? But it's all about knowing the difference between, first of all, start with the difference between teaching versus guiding. Teaching is kind of like, basically, it's just all about your knowledge, and this is what it is, and you're just like this is why some people expect, especially like many parents still expect teachers to know, oh, you should know everything, you should know this. So if you are a math teacher, you should be able to teach music. Is it? Is it about the knowledge? Is it about expertise? Is that what expertise is? Is it about the labels? Ask yourself those questions. Is it about that, or is it about what we can offer, how we can actually guide people? Right? So this is my experience. I started to become more like the knowledge is just like superficial. It's just like, right? So I started to guide more. I started to become more, okay, work on myself, work on the things I was doing. How am I doing this? I was starting to be like taught that I need to be open to change and be open to criticism, be open to all these things that, growing and all that stuff. So this came down to basically having that healthy ego. And that ego that is always wanting to be perfect, always wanting to be right, always wanting, oh, it's about me. So I had to change all that it was a gradual change because I noticed that, yes, it started with me, that I wasn't getting any confidence. I wasn't feeling good about how I was with my language because I love culture, I love exploring, I love being with people. And I started to notice that even as the pandemic came, I became like this sort of hermit kind of person. It still worked. It still became this sort of, I guess you can say, continual process. It was just like, I was still growing from within. I was becoming more real and authentic with what I came here to do. It could be through teaching, it could be through something else. The point is, this is what I know, this is what I'm sharing. So, being open to growth, being change, adaptability. I had to change the way I was feeling about things. I always tried to victimize myself. I said, "Oh, poor me," all that stuff, and I got tired of it. And I'm still in the process. I'm still learning. Trying to prioritize, really feeling not only good, but feeling like, I have this ability, I have this gift, I have this talent, I have this thing to share. So, but also being open to being more spiritual, because I remember growing up Catholic, I hated all that stuff. I really pointed my fingers and I said, "I hate you," all that stuff. So I attributed that to being hateful towards religion, all that stuff. So I started to find things more about for myself instead of thinking about or processing or living life through oh well, that's that. Instead of blaming, I started to go more inwards and say, well, what do I have? So, and reading through the book by Gabby Bernstein, The Super Attractor, really helped me more, besides doing all the other stuff that I've been doing. Are tools that have helped me to really realize more authentically who and what I'm here for. So, being open to that, being open to, being having trust again, and it's a work in progress, but that's what life is. If it was always stagnant, then what is the purpose? It has to be ups and downs, right? I had a sign come to me today. Yesterday, I think, and it was just you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be consistent all the time. There are days where you're just down, and that's okay. So, and also being open to childlikeness, that thing that I've been talking about with being just, just having fun, being open to trusting your curiosity, being adventurous. And if you're anyone like me, you don't have to always go out there. You can have childlikeness by walking around your neighborhood area, meeting people online, just allowing the process, having fun, laughing at yourself, laughing with the situation, and just really enjoying it. It's not about the ego, right? Being open to criticism also, and feedback, and learning from that. It's instead of asking why that, ask yourself, okay, what can I get from it? How can I grow from this? What gifts, what gems can I find in this rubble? Right? And also being open to finiteness, that nothing is certain, and I'm still learning that myself. There's a fear of uncertainty, especially it's these times. It's just oh my goodness, I don't feel secure. I don't feel certain. I don't feel stable. But that's okay. You have to let go of that by being in the moment. It's all about this being the sort of mindset, feels, and being set that I find is connected directly to how we are as people. And you can be that teacher, yes, through languages, by knowing that, because when we change our mindset and all that stuff, we become better teachers, and we become more or have more compassion, we have more empathy, we have more trust, and we learn to really love more and just be there.